Welcome to another edition of Beer for Breakfast ABV. So nice of you to join us. And today we are welcoming Legacy Brewing Company to Beer for Breakfast ABV. Good to have you guys here. Brandon Bettis is here, handling the marketing and the events for Legacy. Andrew Bear is here, the assistant brewer and also the graphic guru, everyone. JJ Snyder is here, chief financial officer and also the co-owner. And Mark Miracle, the executive brewer and president, is here as well from Legacy Brewing Company. Good to have you guys here. It is a packed house. We've got the wide lens on, and we've got some beers to try. Of course, we also have the newest member of the Pink Boot Society. Give it up for producer Danielle, everyone.
Haven't made it to a meeting yet,
but by the time they're watching this, you'll have been to 4.
Yeah.
And then Paul Segura is here, everybody, from the Carl Strauss Brewing Company. All right, so you guys brought along an abundance of beers today, but I want to first go over about the beginning of Legacy. Now, you guys are based in Oceanside, right, JJ?
That's correct.
And when did you guys come into being?
Well, we came into being, we leased our spot in 2012, and we actually opened November 18th of 2013.
Good things going on in Oceanside right now.
It's a lot of fun. Challenging, but it's fun.
You got some good neighbors there.
Yes, we do.
So is there a good competitive spirit among the craft brewers just in Oceanside, just in that part of the gene pool?
I would definitely say so. We go to their breweries, they come to ours. We've been talking about some collaborations and so forth, but the brewing industry as a whole in Oceanside is definitely growing.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to watch.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. And yes, good things happening in Oceanside for sure. And the first beer we're going to try is the Guava, which is, as I understand it, this is your flagship beer.
Is it Guava IPA?
This is that Guava beer. It is a fruit-based beer. It is one of our most popular beers. It's an everyday drinker. It's 4.9 ABV. It's a good time.
Mow the lawn.
So it's very crushable.
Yes.
It's the pool party beer.
That's right.
Many have been crushed.
Very quaffable, as we like to say.
Now, is guava a fruit that's often used for beers?
Mark?
Not that I've ever seen. A friend of mine in the food industry actually always drops by products and saying, could you ever do anything with this? So I've had so many things come by my desk, and he gave that to me one time, and I smelled it and I go, wow, this is huge. And I just started thinking of all the permutations that you get in different hops, and I'm thinking this would play off well. So after a few trial runs, we kind of hit it, and it was just, it's one of those things where obviously the females love it, but guys like it too because it's just not fruit only. There's real beer. It's awesome.
Yeah. And of course, there is a Bob Marley song called Guava Jelly, which comes to mind too. And you guys were able to utilize the guavas a couple of times and make an IPA out of it too. But how did this become basically the flagship beer?
It just sort of morphed into it because of what the consumer that kept coming under our place wanted. Is much as we sell the IPA and the Chesty Irish Red, which are huge sellers of ours, we can't deny that people come in there and they do this, and then they'll mix it, and that's when we kind of started getting into the Guava IPA, which obviously goes well with that.
As well.
So it kind of coined itself, that Guava beer.
Well, cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. And congratulations now on 3.5 years, it sounds like.
Oh yeah.
4-year anniversary coming up in October.
And you guys have a new tasting room over in Beermar as well, right?
That's right.
So where's that located?
It's at,
Other than being in Beermar.
It's in between production and distribution. There's the only Starbucks on Miramar Road. We are right behind the Starbucks. So,
okay.
And we do have a full kitchen there, a gastropub. It's about 2,200 square feet, and we're actually going to be expanding, hopefully, the patio in the very near future. But it's doing very well, and people seem to love the food as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So as far as guava goes, I'm just not very well versed in guava because this isn't a super sweet beer. Like when I think fruit beers, I think very sweet. So is guava in general not a sweet beer?
No.
I mean a sweet fruit.
It is. It's a very small fruit, and these are Mexican ones, not the ones you get over in Southeast Asia and Asia. And so, but what I liked about it is it ferments out into a very nice nose, but you get a lot of fruit there without all the cloying sweetness. And so it overlays great when you do it. So you still get the real fruit essence, but it's not, you don't go away going, And I just had like dessert.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of. I've always just kind of been like, I don't want fruit
Right.
in my beer,
Right.
but this doesn't taste like fruit in your beer.
I'm with you.
It tastes like a beer first, with
Yes.
a little bit of
Yeah,
fruit
exactly.
in the finish.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah, I would
scenty
agree.
fruit
Yeah.
that you get
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, have you ever had anything like this before?
I've had lots of fruit beers. This is one of the more balanced ones, and I really dig this. It tastes like I said, fruit. Like a beer first with a little bit of fruit in the finish. It's kind of an aftertaste, but you definitely get the guava for sure.
Right.
But it's not sweet. It blends nicely with the flavors of the beer. What hops did you guys use in this?
There's just some Magnum in it.
Really?
Yeah. And not real late kettle at all. I just that's why I always look at.
So a nice clean hop profile.
I look at the palate as that going to be the finish, the guava, and have a little bit of bitterness to kind of prepare the tongue, and then hit it with the guava at the end.
Wow, very well done.
Yeah, thank you.
I like this beer a lot. I could see why it's,
Yeah, it's a popular one.
Yep.
It'll be
Third in
available
the World Beer
pretty
Cup
soon.
last year.
Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic! Congratulations.
This will be in 6-packs too here in a month. So
Yeah, fit right on your lawnmower.
Well, and then on the fruit tip, you guys brought along the Orange Blossom IPA, and I mean it's springtime, so really any place you go in California right now, you're smelling some jasmine. I remember being in Ojai one time in April, and all the orange blossoms are going off. It was really aromatic and terrific. So, how long have you guys been brewing the Orange Blossom?
I don't know, probably about a year,
It's been about a year.
year and a half. Uh-oh. Can we get a mic cover?
All over the map.
We were talking mic drops.
Oh yeah, pass the glass.
Mike showers.
So you guys started brewing this a couple of years ago, and this has also been a steady favorite with Legacy.
very much so.
Yeah. This one's taken off pretty good as well.
What's the base style of beer in this one?
It's an IPA that's kind of a San Diego IPA.
Nice.
Years ago, I did some collaboration when I was with a group of breweries in Riverside. And of course, Riverside has a lot of orange trees still.
Yeah.
And so there was a whole plantation right there next to us, a grove. And so we'd go out there and we'd put tarps down, we'd shake them, and let kettle the thing. And it was like, oh my gosh, you get that flavor going, you do not want to stop it. And it's really good. And again, it works really great with the citrusy hops.
Wow.
So those things really go good together, I think. So
You guys found the one last orange grove in Riverside.
it's probably not. It's probably
Not even there anymore.
So yeah,
Hangar 24 was tapping into those as well.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Out there, orange wheat, was it you were doing? Hangar 24?
Smells like putting your face right in an orange tree.
Yeah, very much so. It is amazing when you think about it how much of Southern California was filled with those kinds of groves. And,
Yes.
You know, now you drive along the base of Palomar Mountain, you see the grapefruits and the oranges, and kind of get the idea the way it might have looked around here before they were building houses over
It's not too sweet,
Right.
though. Another thing that's good about it.
This is kind of like the last one, but balanced. I mean, completely different flavors.
Right.
But super orange forward, but still has a nice balance between the fruit and the beer. Still nice and
Yeah, I think you'll
dry
find-
and refreshingly
Right.
hoppy.
Yeah, I think you'll find most people will say that about most of our beers is the term balance. You'll get that a lot.
I would love to have this with chocolate. Do a little
that'd be-
chocolate pairing, like chocolate and orange,
I like that idea.
Chocolate pour.
right? I think you need to get a chocolatier over to
Little
Legacy.
Dark chocolate.
I like that idea.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this is tasty.
Sounds like a good.
I always
Sounds like a
think
good
of food.
event, Brandon.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah! I know these really awesome chocolatiers. I'll give you some names.
Yeah, and like you said, Paul, this is like, stuffing your face into an orange tree. I mean,
Right?
big time. The taste in this is incredible.
And who doesn't like the smell of oranges, you know?
I could power a
Cheers.
bunch of these, I think.
Yeah, this is my go-to.
Power away.
I mean, this could be a beer for breakfast beer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
orangey.
for sure.
Were you? Was she watching?
Sometimes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I drink this with Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's good beer.
So this has been a pretty durable favorite for you guys
It's
as well.
been I mean, people get upset when we don't have it. That's the hard part, trying to pick when you start as a smaller brewery, you've got 15 tap lines, right? And you're making new stuff all the time, and then a couple of them hit, and all of a sudden your capacity starts decreasing because you've got these 5 beers that are taken off or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to squeeze in these other mixtures we're doing, or these other brews we're doing.
Right.
And so it's a delicate balance of not pissing off your customers, for lack of better word, at the same time, making sure they come for the new stuff. So it's a delicate balance. It really is. But this is one that's really...
These are those good problems to have, right?
It's got a lot of traction.
Paul, getting a really rich fruit flavor like that, I mean, does that take a long time to do that? Or?
Well, these guys have perfected. I don't know how long they took developing this recipe, but it seems perfect to me. I want to say you guys used Amarillo hops or something in this too to get that orangey hoppiness. It's
all the citrus ones we used.
Yeah.
Pretty
A lot
much.
of hops
We
in
have
this
8
one.
different hops in it, so it's a blend.
Yeah.
And that also helps us if one of them goes out of touch, that you can't get, when
That's
you
a
blend.
smart thing to do.
You can kind of get through it.
So you're going for a flavor profile, not making it sort of hop centric.
Exactly.
Or hop specific.
That's my thought. Yeah.
Tom,
That's
you know what
awesome.
else I was thinking?
Yeah.
So also, do you get is like one of those beer floats that we had, maybe with like a vanilla ice
Yeah.
cream, do like a creamsicle? Yeah. Okay, so so I'm gonna come over.
Do we need to take a run real quick? to
We
the store,
might.
Get some chocolate ice cream.
I'm gonna come to Legacy and I'm gonna pair all of your beers. This is what we're doing. Very, very unofficial.
Chocolate, ice cream.
Yeah.
If you guys just put some vanilla beans into like a cask and let that sit, that would be give it that.
Do you
sort
have
of
any vanilla beans? Because there seems to be a shortage
Yes.
right now.
We might. We might.
We do have a red ale that we do on vanilla.
If you promise
but
me a growler,
finding
I might
vanilla
give it
is
a
just
Yeah.
a pain.
No, I agree. That would be
Right?
really, really good. That would be like the whole creamsicle thing.
Yeah.
I may or may not be hungry right now.
Mind blown.
We've got one more to blow your mind and melt some faces, and that is the Founding Father Nut Brown. This is 5.5% ABV.
Who are you calling a nut?
Oh!
So
And the hand goes up. JJ,
That's right.
this one.
how long have you guys been brewing this one?
This is actually, we had 3 of our first 3 beers we made day one were a Hop Off 76 IPA, our ESB, and then our Nut Brown.
This nut brown goes back to probably 1989.
Oh, wow.
When I brewed this, and the old beer and distilled spirits writer Michael Jackson, who wrote The World Guide to Beer.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. He had a great job. He came by, and it was like one of his favorite beers, and he really wrote of it highly. And so this is one, and the blonde that we do that have essentially gone unchanged. And when we started the place, JJ was a drinker of another import brown. And I said, JJ,
With dirty water.
you will, trust me, you're going to like this a lot better. And he had that, and he hasn't had that one since.
Wow.
Not once? Not once.
Wow.
So this, and the reason we brought this today too, to share with you guys, is that there's a lot of great breweries in San Diego. We had 60 award winners this past weekend at the LA International, and this did win the gold for the American Brown Ale category.
Yes.
Pretty good.
That's awesome. Congrats on that. Man, I smell cocoa coming off of this.
Yeah.
Yep. It was the first beer I drank on Saturday.
Me too.
I think this was actually the first beer I drank at Legacy when I first came to them. And I
So
still have it all the
1989,
time.
this would have been at Heritage?
Yes.
Okay.
Heritage Brewing.
Yeah, when I founded Heritage back in those days, of course, having 3 mainstays and maybe a 4th, seasonal, that's what your lineup was.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't 15 beers.
Right.
And it melted people's minds just to have a pale ale back then. Because you're talking about Coors and Miller drinkers, and
Yeah.
they're coming in there, and the blonde ale was enough for them to wrap their heads around, let alone a brown.
Oh, this would have blown minds and faces.
Yes. But what we found is that people didn't take long to kind of learn beer styles, and that's when we did real heavy with the kind of training people on beer styles, because in the U.S., we're not that, at least back then, not that well versed in it. Go to England, when I traveled to England, you'd have a whole array of ales locally made. And so you could start getting those great flavors.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of me doing that with that palette that I had with all the different types of malts.
Yeah.
I made the one I wanted the most.
Well, you're one of the pioneers, man. You're one of the OGs of beer.
Yeah.
That's what we call him around the brewery. He's our-
Old guy.
OG.
On behalf of beer drinkers everywhere, thank you for turning people on to flavor.
Yes, thanks. It's awesome. It's a great thing to be able to share that with people because it's one of those things that bring people together.
Right?
And that's what I love about beer.
That's what I've been saying for a long time too.
Yeah.
Beer is the lubricant of social intercourse.
That's
That
sounds dirty.
No, it's mixed company.
You can call it LSI for short.
And then Nut Brown. I mean, when you think of San Diego beers, you think of the IPAs, but I mean, there's a lot of people here and they love their Nut Browns.
Right.
That's a really vital beer for a brewery to have. Even better if you can make it one of your classic beers, your iconic beers for
Right.
your brewery.
Yeah, I think that there's a certain level of beers that we get people all the time that really don't like IPAs, but they don't just want an entry level blonde, let's say. So they'll gravitate towards something like that. I mean, think of all the other flavors you have when you eat, and whether it's food or dessert. There's a lot of layers of flavors, and like I tell everybody, you don't just eat Wonder Bread, do you? And they go, no, I like all kinds of bread. And I go, well, why don't you like a few more styles of beer?
Right.
And so once they try it, they realize, oh, this is pretty good.
And that was a hard sell back in '89.
Very
It was a
hard.
hard sell in '99.
Yes.
right?
And that's kind of why we opened Legacy, is because we wanted to bring that, and then also all these modern hybrid things that we have with all these new hops we have and all these new malts that we have available to us that are phenomenal ingredients. And so it's a playground for me to brew beer now. It's a lot of fun.
Paul, you could probably agree with that.
I'm channeling my thoughts through him right now. Yeah, he's nailing it. It's a fun time to be a brewer right now.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Well, cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Harumph.
Cheers.
Harumph.
I didn't get a harumph out of him.
Now you know it's getting good because the Blazing Saddles jokes are coming up. Mel Brooks is going to walk in here from stage right in just a second. Thanks again to the guys from Legacy Brewing Company coming in today. Good to have you guys here. Give it up again for Brandon and Andrew, JJ and Mark. Good having you guys here. And make sure you check out Beer for Breakfast ABV at 91x.com. You're already here, so you've already done so. Also, make sure you check out Beer for Breakfast Friday mornings at 8:45 on 91x. Thanks very much for dialing in. Check out previous editions of Beer for Breakfast ABV as well at 91x.com. Thanks again to the guys from the Legacy Brewing Company in Oceanside.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, that was my little point there. Hey, everybody.